Good morning, dear students. Welcome to the online class of physics. Today we are going to complete the remaining part of the chapter number 8, propagation of sound waves, which was left during the offline classes. In the offline class, we have completed topic number 8.6, and in this online class, we are going to complete topic number 8.7, factors affecting the speed of sound in a gas. So there are 4 factors which affect the sound of a speed in the gas: density, temperature, humidity, and direction of wind. So our first factor is effect of density, and from the relation V equals to under root gamma p upon rho, which is the expression we obtain for the speed of sound, it is clear that V is inversely proportional to under root rho, means it is inversely proportional to the square root of density. So with this relation we can conclude that if the density of the medium increases, then the speed of sound decreases, or if the density of medium decreases, the speed of sound will increase. The next is effect of temperature. As we know that the speed of sound depends on the density, and when we increase the temperature of any gas, it expands. That means its volume increases and its density decreases. So clearly, directly we can conclude that if temperature is increasing, that means density is decreasing. And with this relation, if density is decreasing, then speed is increasing. So the direct relation between the speed of sound and the effect of temperature is, if the speed of sound increases, that means there is an increase in the temperature of the gas. So the speed of sound in air, when the temperature is increasing, we can obtain it by the formula Vt equals to V0 plus 0.61 T, where T is the temperature, increase in the temperature. As one example is solved for you here, you can clearly see that if the temperature is 25 degrees Celsius, the speed of sound in the air will increase, because at normal temperature it is 330 meter per second, and now it is 345.25 meter per second. Effect of humidity. So if humidity is increasing in the medium or air, we are taking here medium air. So if the humidity is increasing, that means that density is decreasing, and if density is decreasing, then from this relation you can clearly see that speed will increase. So if the humidity is increasing in the air medium, that means density is decreasing, and so the speed is increasing. Now the effect of direction of wind. If the speed of sound increases or decreases, it is according to the direction of travel of wind. If wind is blowing in the direction of propagation of sound, then it will enhance, or it will increase the speed of the sound, and if it is blowing in the opposite direction of the sound propagation, then the speed of sound will decrease. So if V is the speed of sound and W is the speed of wind, as you can clearly see here, so the speed of sound will become V plus W, and when the wind is blowing opposite to the sound propagation, in that case it will become V minus W. Now the factors not affecting the speed of sound in a gas, they are pressure, amplitude of wave, and wavelength of frequency of the wave. So the first is effect of pressure. Since we know that in the formula P is there, so we will conclude from the formula that P will affect the speed of the sound, but it is not so. Why? Because the ratio P upon rho remains unchanged with the change in pressure. Because we know that if the pressure is increasing, then volume will decrease, and if the volume will decrease, that means density will increase. So the ratio P upon rho remains constant if there is any change in the pressure. So the pressure of the gas does not affect the speed of sound. Effect of amplitude of wave. The speed of sound does not depend on the amplitude of sound wave, because it is, as you can have seen in the formula, amplitude is not taken in the formula. The effect of wavelength or frequency, it does not affect, because it is also not included in the formula, and it directly or indirectly does not affect the speed of sound. So the comparison of speed of sound with speed of light. The light waves can travel in vacuum. There are 4 differences between it, and they can be asked in the exam in 2-mark question also. That light waves can travel in vacuum, but sound waves do not travel in vacuum, they need medium. The speed of light waves is 10 to 10 to the power 8 meter per second, and the speed of waves in air is 330 meter per second at 0 degrees Celsius. So you can clearly see that the speed of light is a million times greater than the speed of sound. The speed of light waves decreases when they go from optically denser medium, when they go in an optically denser medium, whereas the speed of sound waves increases when they goes in a denser medium, because the speed of sound in air is less than in the speed of sound in solids. The light waves are transverse electromagnetic waves, while the sound waves in air, they are longitudinal mechanical waves. The consequences of the large difference in the speed of sound and that of light. So what are the effects we see due to this difference in the light and the sound speed? So the first one is thunder and lightning. During the days of a storm, so when there are thunder and lightning in the atmosphere, we see that the light is seen much earlier than the sound of thunder is heard. The reason is that the light takes almost negligible time in comparison to sound to reach to us. So the starter in an athletic event fires a gun. The spectator or the audience see the smoke instantaneously, while they hears the sound of fire a little later than the smoke. So the reason is clear that the speed of light is greater than the speed of sound. Exercise 8b, infrasonic, sonic and ultrasonic frequencies. So dear students, we all know that we can hear only the sound which are in the frequency range of about 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz, and they are known as audible range of frequency, or they are known as sonic waves, sonic sound waves. So there is the classification of sound waves according to the frequency range in 3 categories. So the first one is the sound waves between the 20 Hz to 20 kilohertz, which are known as audible or sonic sound. And the next one is that which is less than 20 Hz, that is known as infrasonic sound. And the third one is the sound of frequency greater than 20 kilohertz, it is known as ultrasound or ultrasonic waves. Apart from it, animals can produce and hear the sounds of different frequencies below 20 Hz or more than 20 kilohertz. So here is the small brief description is given to you regarding the animals which can produce or hear the different sound ranges. Table is also given here, you can see. Now the next is ultrasound and its applications. So the ultrasound or ultrasonic waves, they are having higher energy, they are having high directivity, so they are used in different areas. So we are going to study about some applications and the properties of ultrasounds here. So the ultrasound waves are those which are having the frequency greater than 20,000 Hz or 20 kilohertz, you can see here. And but these waves also travel with the same speed as the audible sound travels. It means that this is the classification of the sound waves according to the frequency range, but their speed do not change. All these sound waves are traveling in the air medium with the same speed, or in any other medium with the same speed. Now the properties of ultrasound. There are 2 properties of ultrasonic waves or ultrasound waves. That's why they are used in different areas for analysis or detection, anything else. So the first is that the energy carried by ultrasound is very high, and the next one is the ultrasound can travel along a well-defined straight path. That means they do not bend appreciably at the edges of any obstacle because of its small wavelength. That means they are having high directivity. Now the applications of ultrasound. The first one is the application bats apply ultrasounds to detect their path if there is any obstacle or any danger in the path. So they use ultrasound waves for it. So they produce and they can hear the ultrasounds. They produce the ultrasound waves which return after striking an obstacle in their way. As we have studied that they are having high directivity, they do not bend at the edges of any obstacle. So what happens? They will reflect back to the source from where they are producing. From where they are produced, they return back to there. So if bat is producing the ultrasound waves and the ultrasound waves will strike the obstacle, the sound waves will reflect back or return back to the bats, and in this way they will detect that there is any obstacle or danger in their path, and they will change their path, because we know that the bats cannot see in the daylight. Other uses are for drilling holes or making cuts of desired shape in materials like glass, because they are having high energy. And for cleaning minute objects, we use ultrasound waves, because these waves causes high frequency vibrations, and in this way they gives the cleaning effect. And for detection of defects in metals, ultrasound waves are used. Ultrasound waves are passed through the object, and if there is no defect such as any crack or cavity in the object, so but if there is some defect, a part of ultrasound gets reflected back. For imaging the human organs, ultrasound is widely used, to which we say the ultrasound or ultrasonography, to obtain the patient's organs shape. So it helps to detect stones, tumors, etc. in them. Echocardiography, which is also known as ECG for the heart, it is also based on the application of ultrasonic waves. Ultrasound is very used in the surgery to remove the cataract and in stones in the kidneys. And in sonar also, sonar is used to detect, navigate and range the objects under the water at very distant areas. So ultrasound is also used there. Now the difference between ultrasonic and supersonic. So the word ultrasonic is used for the waves which are having the frequency greater than 20,000 Hz. But the supersonic means is used for the objects which travel with the speed greater than the speed of sound, like the Concorde jet planes and fighter planes, etc. So here we have completed our chapter number 8, propagation of sound waves. If you are having any doubt or anything else, so doubt sessions will be taken. You can ask your doubts there. Then keep yourself safe, keep studying, stay healthy, stay at your home.